Over time, people change. And as we change, our friendships change. So what do you do with all this change? And what do you do if you feel like you're starting to grow apart from one of your friends? Well, I'm Wes Halula, and today we're going to talk about friendships. How to start them, how to keep them, and even, yes, how to end them. But let's start at the beginning. How do you start a new friendship? Well, scientists have shown that if you're going to start a new friendship, the best thing to do is to go up to someone. You're going to want to write this down and talk to them. You know, start a conversation. Well, just because it's obvious doesn't make it easy. So here are a few tips that, with a little practice, will help you in those first conversations with someone. Well, the first thing is, you need to keep in mind that everybody is nervous when they start that first conversation, including the other person. So if you say something that seems a little bit silly or weird to you, they're going to be so happy that you're just talking to them, they're not even going to notice. The second thing, you need to talk about them. Everybody loves to talk about themselves. And the third thing is, talk about common interests. Are you in the same class together? Do you like the same movies? Do you like the same music? Talk about that stuff. 4, ask open-ended questions. That means that the answers to your questions are going to take more than just a one-word answer. It's going to need more than just a yes or a no. So, instead of asking, do you like badminton? Ask, why are you so into badminton? You see, if you ask a yes or no question, you'll get a one-word answer, yes or no. And then the conversation's over. So keep the conversation going by asking open-ended questions. And 5, when someone's talking, don't just think about what you're going to say next the entire time they're talking. Just listen to what they're saying, and you'll think of what to say next, I promise.
Hi, you guys are both on the swim team, right?
Yeah, it's my first year. I'm really excited.
Are you thinking about joining? I'm thinking about it. I really want to. Well, swim meet's next Thursday.
Yeah.
Do you guys like it?
Aha! The ice is broken. The first conversation is done. Whew. It's all downhill from here, right? Or is it? Now, taking the next step and talking to someone again is important. But relax, it's pretty easy. You can call them, or you can text them, or you can email them, or you can instant message them. You can even send a message by carrier pigeon. Or you could just talk to them the next time you see them at school. It's important not to rush things. Genuine friendships happen over time, so don't feel like you have to force something to happen. So you have a new friend. That's great. Good for you. You're calling each other all the time. You're texting each other. Life is good. But here's the real question. How do you keep that friend? And what makes up a great friendship? Now, technically that's 2 questions, I know, but they're related. You see, there are some common themes to good friendships. First of all, you have to have shared interests, right? There has to be something that you guys like to do together. That's obvious. But the thing is, maybe your friend can learn to get into the things that you're into. Maybe you can go hiking and your friend's like, I've never been hiking. Let's try it. Maybe they like it. I don't know. We'll find out. But maybe you could learn to be interested in stuff that your friend likes to do. Like knitting. I don't know, try it. It might be cool. The second thing is empathy. Every good friendship has empathy. And empathy just means that, you know, when your friend is happy, you're happy for him. Whee, we're all having fun, right? That's empathy. But the other side of it is, if your friend is really sad about something, that, then maybe you're sad for them. This isn't working, and I don't really recommend that you use big, huge helium yellow objects with faces on them if your friend is actually really sad about something. Start with listening, see how that goes, then balloons. The third piece of this puzzle is respect. Now that just means that even if you have very different opinions from each other, that you still respect the other person's opinion and you try to see where they're coming from, right? The fourth thing is loyalty. And that just means things like if you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, you're there at that time. You're not there at this time. You're there at this time. Maybe you're even there at this time. Wow, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? That's called dependability. You know, another part of dependability is that if you say you're going to call someone, call them. Do it. Now that brings me to my next point. Forgiveness. Now, everyone's forgotten to call someone at some point, or everyone has broken something, or, you know, maybe you were in 4th grade and you were riding your best friend's brand new bike and you wrecked it and the frame got bent, and now every time your friend tries to ride his bike, he has to hold it really hard to the right and it wobbles because you can't go straight anymore. Theoretically, I mean, that never happened to me or anything. I'm just saying it would be really sad if you were an adult and you're still remembering this thing that happened when you were in 4th grade because your friend Chad never forgave you. That would be horrible, right? Theoretically, you don't want that. So say you're sorry, right, but it's also important to say, I forgive you. And I really hope you're listening to this, Chad Feldman, because it was an accident. I'm sorry. So that brings me to the final quality of a healthy friendship, reciprocity. Now you're probably asking yourself, what's reciprocity? So here it is. Actually, this is just a volleyball, but I'm going to use this to demonstrate what reciprocity is all about. You ready? Hey, here you go. Now, reciprocity means there's give and take. Both people in a friendship are respecting each other, both people are forgiving each other, both people are taking interest in the other person's interests. You know, if you want to have a good friendship, you need to be a good friend. Now, if only one person is doing all of the giving and the other person's doing all of the taking, that's not reciprocity, and that's not a healthy friendship. In fact, it's kind of sad. When you were younger, everybody pretty much had the same interests. Playing with toys, having fun, just being a kid. But now, as you're getting older, you're starting to develop your own interests, your own things that you like to do. And sometimes you develop interests that are different than your friends. This can be a good thing. Having a diverse group of friends can enrich your life. And you know what? Learning about someone else's interests, that might spark something in you that you might not otherwise have thought about. But sometimes people just grow apart. You know, maybe one or both of you want to end the friendship. That's okay. But if you're the person that wants to end the friendship, you want to treat your friend with respect, just the way you would want to be treated. So don't send an email and don't send your new best friend to go do it. And don't just ignore that person and hope that he or she goes away. That won't cut it. If you're the person ending the friendship, you need to meet that person face to face, in private, and have a conversation. Be courteous. Talk to your friend face to face and in private. That's the best way. Now, if this does happen to you, you can know that you're not alone. Everybody experiences this at some point in their life. But it's better for you to focus on your healthy friendships, your mutual friendships, rather than trying to make an unhealthy relationship work. Right, guys? Guys? Well, hopefully this is helpful in your relationships. Now remember, you want to find people with common interests and talk to them. Also, don't be afraid to have friends that have interests that are different than yours. Diversity can make your life really rich and full and exciting. It's a good thing. But, this is really worth repeating, if you want to have good friends, you need to be a good friend. It seems obvious, but there it is. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. This is Wes. Chad Feldman? Hey! Hang on. Hey, sorry, I gotta take this, guys, but let me know how that works out for you, huh? Okay. Chad, buddy, how's it going? Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. No, that is good to hear, though. Thank you. Hey, you know, it was an accident. Okay. Hey, did you ever get a new bike? Oh, bummer.